Hey everybody, another Ore Road, another race video. Real quick, let's dive into the race stats. Coming in today at FTP at 283, watts per kg 3.9. I'm weighing in at 160. My race age is 33. We're riding along with me today, Jared. Got a bunch of teammates in the mix today. It's going to be a good time. Let's show you some more stats. Duration. Practice crit was just over 42 minutes at a distance of just over 18 miles. Average speed, 25.5. Normalized power, 285. Average power, 243. Needless to say, Ore Road is ramping up. Real quick, we did some crits over the weekend. We did a road race at the UNC Chapel Hill road race and crit event that they put on. It was a monsoon for us in the Cat 3-4 races. Both days we just got dumped on, man, and you guys can see the photos here that it was no short of excitement. Unfortunately, we do not have any footage of those races. I'm so bummed because the races were really fun. We did really well on Saturday. We got our teammate Jared up on the box on third, and on Sunday for the crit, it was super fun. The course was really technical and a great time. I think we dropped like 5 people the first lap because it was pouring raining and there was a super technical chicane. But we've got more races coming down the pipeline. Without further ado, let's skip ahead to the action. Okay, we are done with our neutral laps. We are 4 minutes in. And if you look in the upper right-hand corner, you will see one rider is already taking a flyer way up there. And he just rides off the front. This kind of happens from time to time at Ore Road where somebody goes from the gun and people kind of just let him go off, and they're not too concerned. But the rider that went up the road was a hot fly rider. You see the kit right here on my left with the gray and the highlighter yellow. He is up the road and he is going to get a pretty big gap. And it is just one of those things that I'm pretty sure the weeks to come, we're not going to let this happen again, but it's always nice to shoot your shot early in the Ore Road practice crit season to see if it's going to stick. All right, guys, let's skip ahead a little bit. Just at 12 minutes now, I had been pulling and covering a move right here from a Carolina cycling rider, so I'm towards the front. My heart rate's kind of up there a little bit. We're just now cooling down, bringing him back and reeling him in. And we still got that rider, the hot fly rider, up the road. Where people are kind of, unsure of like what's going to happen, what's going to go down. And we have a lot of riders. Well, sure enough, Bryce comes around me and attacks me. I didn't realize that, so I pop off a good bit of watts to just realize it was my teammate coming around me. I immediately set up, and Bryce is going for it. Bryce is going to try and bridge. He's going to try and get up there with the hot fly rider. And if you look in the rear cam, we had just, I think, a really good mix of in-between riders kind of up at the front at the perfect time to let Bryce go up the road. And I'm kind of recover right here, kind of chilling out. Our teammate Nick is just in that cluster of 4 up there. We've got some guys wanting to be up in the mix, and I'm just kind of floating through the group, letting people come around me, so I'm not using too many watts. I mean, 400 down this hill is not fun either way. But Bryce is gonna start walking away from us, and again, it was a perfect mix of just the right type of rider being in the front to let Bryce get away. Real quick, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment below if you're enjoying these videos. Appreciate all the support. Hope you guys enjoy the content. Well, I'm just chilling through this, and our teammates are up the road kind of filling in perfect position to kind of disrupt any chasers that happen. And Bryce does like it's hard to tell, but he's not far ahead of us. He's probably only like 3 or 4 seconds at this moment. But we take this turn 1 right-hander. We all kind of just set up right here, and it's like a perfect just mixture of Bryce keeping the power down and riders just looking around for someone else to pull it back. And my boy gets away. He gets up in the break, 2-man break now, and it's time for Newtype to cover. Pushing ahead, we're 15 minutes in. Like I just said, we got a teammate up the road, and here comes the chasers. The chase is gonna start, and our job now is to cover everything and make sure nothing gets up the road. This was a really big attack. It's early on in the ride. This one hurt. Teammate Nick is right in front of Jose right here in the black and orange. So I'm not super desperate to like stay on that wheel and cover it. I am putting out a lot of watts right here to keep it fast, but I'm completely fine if they kind of go up the road, and if they meet up with the leaders, that's fine. We'll have 2 teammates in the break, but I just don't see that happening. And you can see they're already getting side by side up here in the front cam, and they're already looking around at each other like, who's gonna pull? Are we really committed to this? And they're not. Nothing comes of this. We reel them back in. A few minutes later, 17 minutes, we have an attack on the left right here from a Carolina cycling rider. Same guy that attacked at the first of the video. And I'm a little out of position, but luckily this right side opens up, and I slowly start moving in, filling in a little bit. We just want to make sure we have a presence in all the moves, and that we have visibility of what's going up the road. And Bryce, at this point, I believe they have a good 30 seconds on us, maybe a little bit more at this point. This is where the chasers were really starting to ramp up their efforts here. Guys, check out our Instagram, Newtype Cycling, and check out all of our podium photos, some of our fun community events and stuff like that we do. We post all of our info there. Appreciate you guys for hanging out and watching. We have a perfect counter right here. I need to be in this move. I'm trying not to use too many watts right here, and I'm waiting for some people to kind of fill in. I was a little too slow on the reaction for that, but luckily my teammate Jared's coming up on the left to kind of slowly fill in. I don't want him to chase this thing down all the way by himself, so I kind of just let him know, hey, be smart right here, switch off on poles. But the group of riders that is trying to go up the road, it was a mix of riders that I wasn't too intimidated about. There was a couple guys in the mix that I was like, there's no way that they're going to contribute, or that they're going to be able to have the power to either go all the way and bridge it up to Bryce and the Hopfly rider. So I kind of just keep it fast right here on the front and stay smooth. And if people want to leapfrog me, boom, they do. And I'm like, all right, now I can start reacting and making sure I'm in the move. These 2 riders that just went off the front right here, Hopfly, Bike Sport, you want to be on their wheel. They have the horsepower to make a bridge happen. But you guys can see, we click quickly, reel everybody in. Pushing ahead, 20 minutes in, we have this single flyer right here by the guy in the yellow coming up the hill. At this point, I am pretty certain that Bryce is those 2 guys are gonna stay away. And so now it's about what can we do now to have some more fun. Well, we have a counter here on the left to chase the flyer. Teammate Nick is on that perfect positioning. I keep the speed up the hill on the front, and I kind of I'm keeping the power on this flat, and then right here I'm like, okay, they have a big enough gap now. No one seems to be coming around me. Kind of just take it easy through this turn right here. Do a little defensive riding, and if anybody wants to come around me, go ahead, do your thing. You know, I'll slot in, but I'm not pulling this thing back. I'm not chasing a teammate. A little bit further. So now we have the fun part of the race. We are about to see some hammers being dropped. 3 consecutive laps right now. So we're 23 minutes in, and Josh Moore on the right here with King Racing Development is putting in a hammer. He's throwing it down, and I've got to stay on this wheel of the bicycle sport rider because I want to be a part of this. This is super threatening. These guys could bridge up to Bryce, and we don't want that happening. But if they do, guess what? I'm going to sit on, catch a free ride, and get up the road. But there's a little cat and mouse going on up in the front. Guys aren't wanting to pull through. So as soon as I see that, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to slot back a little bit and kind of let everything happen. skipping ahead a lap later, and we're gonna have another counter. Check the rear cam right here. Josh Moore from King Racing Development is gonna go again, second hammer, second lap in a row, and you've just got to be watching this stuff. I didn't hear anything behind me. No teammate said anything, so I was really late to the gun on making sure I was going to catch this thing. Now they have a huge gap. This is killing me right now. Hot Fly rider, King Racing Development rider, two guys up in the front. If you look at the rear cam, I have a Hot Fly rider on my wheel, so I'm just worried that he's going to kind of let them go off the front. There's a slight bit of hesitation by those two riders, and luckily teammate comes through, gives me a little bit of relief. Perfect tactics. We roll together and reabsorb them. I was dying right here. 190 BPM. It was tough. Here's the third lap and the third attack from none other, Josh Moore is going to lay down another hammer. Luckily this time I'm in a lot better position. I'm kind of right on some guys' wheels to ramp up on this downhill, catch some steam, but this was a little confusing me. We have like 1, 2, and you'll see in a second a third Hot Fly rider chasing down one King Racing Development rider. I was a little confused. I know they have a teammate in the break as well, but I didn't think, I would figure one of them was either going to like set up and like soft pedal to kind of let the front group establish a bit of a break, but that didn't happen. We all kind of chased everything back. At this point I realized that they were really committed to controlling the breakaway and not letting anybody else get away. So it ended up working out, saved me a little bit of energy being on the front. All right, we are coming to the end of this thing. We are 30 minutes in. I think we have around 10 minutes left. People are tired. The motivation to bring the brake back is almost gone, and now we have an attack on the right here. Teammate Jared sees that on the left. He goes with this. I kind of just fill in a little bit. I don't want those guys to get too far away, but if you check the rear cam, you can see the blue in the rear cam. Hard to see now, but we've got a little bit of a gap, and we had the perfect mix of riders that were on the front and were kind of unsure on their fitness, and we kind of snapped the rubber band a little bit, and we got a little bit of a break. And right here I look back and let them know, hey, we've got a gap, like let's do something.
Yo, we got a little bit of a gap.
And I want people to get organized.
4 seconds.
Teammate Jared right here pulling through, and he's I'm not sure how tired he is, and so I just don't know how much effort he's got. He did a really short pull right there, and I kind of yell at him to like keep it going, stay committed. Just want to motivate everybody to keep going. And that little bit of hesitation by us, kind of, you can check the rear cam now, the group is coming in hot. They're all strung out, but they're coming in hot. I didn't want to blow myself up like week one, so I'm actually flicking my elbow right now to let a Hot Fly rider come through. They weren't coming through. Buddy Paul right here finally does, gives me a little bit of relief. I just didn't want to blow up, and unfortunately we got caught right there, and all for nothing. All right, everybody, we are rolling up on 2 laps to go at the line. We are 40 minutes into this thing. Team has done a great job riding defensive, controlling the front for our teammate Bryce, who's in the breakaway, and they end up staying away. They finish out the ride. They come across the line pretty much dead even, but you know, just for clout's sakes, we'll say that Bryce edged out the Hot Fly rider. If you guys think otherwise, you know, let us know in the comments if you were there that day sitting on the sideline. All right, again, 2 laps to go. The goal now is to kind of find some teammates, see if we can get a little bit organized, because we've had a lot of people and a lot of other teams sitting in. You know, that's kind of their MO is, you know, they might go with 1 or 2 moves throughout the ride, but the majority of them, they're just sitting in and hoping for a free ride and a free sprint. So we, as Newtype, want to make sure we're super organized. and give ourselves the best chance to practice lead outs at this fun practice crit. But we're all tired. Everyone's jockeying for position right here. You can definitely tell we're coming to one to go at the line. I'm a little too far back, but there's so many different opportunities and places to move up around on this course with 1 lap to go that I'm trying to be patient. I definitely don't want to be too close to the front because I know people are going to move off and peel off the front because they're doing lead outs for their team as well. Side note, our teammate Nick at 2 to go took a flyer, and he's just now coming off the front right here. So he kept the pace high for everybody, kept the field strung out. I need to move up on the right here to get in a good position, navigate through a couple riders. I'm feeling pretty good right here, even though I'm probably 10th, 11th coming down the hill. I know some guys are going to move off. There's one. I think we're going to have 1 or 2 more. But unfortunately, today I'm pretty tired. It's one of those where I'm committed to Bryce and the breakaway. Oh, there's a fun truck. I forgot about that. That was super sketchy. Diesel truck coming through on the last lap. Well, now, I should have punched it right here on this inside and really just put my elbows out and took 1 or 2 more spots to hit the final turn. I ended up not doing that. Shame on me. And now, boom, give everything we got right here for a sprint, punch out whatever I have left, 900, 800, 700, keep it rolling. Unfortunately, I'm just too far back coming out of that final turn to make any up more ground. I think I come across, in the field sprint, was like 5th or 6th. It was fun. Hey, here's another episode of Ore Road, week 2. Hope you guys enjoy. Catch you in the next one.